Hello everyone, it's Lisa here and welcome to Crochet with Lisa. Today I'm going to show you how I crocheted this really cute Christmas granny square. It features a poinsettia. I crocheted this with a 5mm crochet hook and I used a medium weight yarn of 4. So I did use the Bernat Super Value yarn. So the green is called Kelly Green. You can see that has a weight of 4. The yellow for the center was called Bright Yellow. The white is just called White. And the red, I do not have the sleeve for it. I'm guessing it's just called Red. It is about 6.5 inches square, or that is about 16.5 centimeters squared. It is a pretty easy square to crochet. I hope that you find my video easy to follow. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and you can follow along with some of my other great projects. So let's get started. To start the flower, we're going to use the yellow. We're going to chain 4. Slip stitch into that first chain, chain 1. Now into the center of this ring we've just formed, we're going to put 10 single crochets. I have my 10 single crochets, so in that very first single crochet we're just going to slip stitch, chain 1. In that very same space we're going to put a single crochet, and in each single crochet round we're going to put 2 single crochets. So at the end we should have 20 single crochets. At the end of this round, you're just going to slip stitch into that very first single crochet that you made. So you should have 20 single crochets. And we'll fasten off our yellow. We're going to join the red. So anywhere on this ring you can join the red. I usually join not in the same area where I have the yellow tail, just so your ends are in different places. I like to tie my yarn. Yarn over, chain 2. So this chain 2 takes the place of a half double crochet. So we're going to go to our next single crochet and we're going to put 2 half double crochets in there. Into our next single crochet, and we're going to put 1 half double crochet. So we're just going to continue that all the way around. 1 half double crochet in one, 2 half double crochets in the next. So by the time we get back to here, we should have 30 half double crochets. At the end of this row, and just going to slip stitch into the top of that first chain 3. Now we're going to begin our petals. So we're going to chain 3. We are going to go to our next half double crochet. We're going to do half of a double crochet in there because we're going to put some clusters of double crochets together. So yarn over, go through that next stitch, yarn over, pull back a loop. So just like we're doing a double crochet, yarn over, pull through your first 2, but you're just going to keep that one on your hook. So we're going to yarn over, go through that same stitch, yarn over, pull back a loop. So yarn over, we're going to go through 2. We should have 3 on our hook now. We're going to do the same thing in our next stitch. So yarn over, go through the next stitch, yarn over, pull back a loop, yarn over, we're going to go through 2 of them. We should have 4 left on our hook. Yarn over, go through the same one again, pull back a loop, yarn over, go through 2. We should have 5 on our hook. So now we're going to complete all these double crochets and we're clustering them together. So yarn over, pull through all 5. Now we're going to make 3 chains. We're going to go to that first chain. We're going to slip stitch in there. This is making a picot at the top of our petal. Then we're going to chain 3 again. You're going to come down to your next half double crochet and slip stitch. Okay, so we have made our first petal. We're going to make 10 of these petals all the way around. So each petal we use 3 half double crochets. We had 30 half double crochets, and if we're going to use 3 for each petal, that gives us 10. So we're just going to chain 3. So this is the beginning of our next petal. So we've used that half double crochet to slip stitch into. Now we're going to use the next 2 half double crochets for the remainder of our petal. So remember, we're going to put those double crochets clustered together in these next 2 stitches. So let's start. Yarn over, we'll go through our first stitch, yarn over, pull back a loop. We're going to go through 2, that leaves 2 on our hook. Yarn over, we're going to go through the same stitch, yarn over, pull back a loop. We're going to go through 2. We have 3 on our hook. We're going to go to the next half double crochet, yarn over, go through that one, pull back a loop. We're going to go through 2 of them. We have 4. Do our next one, yarn over, go through 2. We should have 5 on our hook, so yarn over, let's go through all 5. 1, 2, 3 for our picot at the top, and we're going to slip stitch into that first chain. We're going to chain 3. We're going to come down and slip stitch into the next half double crochet. So we've made 2 of our petals. Continue in the same way, and at the end you count them to make sure you have 10 petals. We'll meet over here. I've just finished my 10th petal. I've done my chain 3 after the picot. Going to slip stitch into that very first slip stitch. Okay, we can fasten off our red. And now we're ready for the green leaves. Before we get there, I'm just going to weave in my ends so it's just a little bit easier to look at. Okay, we're going to join the green between a set of leaves. Again, I always like to tie my yarn. So I'm just going to go through, grab my green, come back, and I'm going to chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now in the second chain from the hook, I'm going to put a single crochet. In the next chain, I'm going to put a half double crochet. In the next one, a half double crochet. Then in the next one, I'm going to put a double crochet. So you can see we're making the leaf a little bit wider. And then in this last one, we're going to put a treble crochet. So remember, treble is you yarn over it 2 times. Go through that stitch. So yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through the last 2. We're going to come over here in between the next set of red petals, and we're going to do a single crochet. Chain 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You can see this green is in front, but all you have to do is poke that red petal through. So we're going to continue this the same way all the way around. So second chain from the hook, we're going to put a single crochet. The next 2, we're going to put a half double crochet. The next 2, we're going to put a double crochet. And in the last one, we're going to put a treble crochet. And we're just going to join that over here between our next set of petals with a single crochet. Just lay that down here for a second. So we'll continue that in the same pattern all the way around, and you should have 10 leaves, green leaves, when we're finished. We'll meet back over here where we began this round. I've just completed my 10th leaf, and all we're going to do is just slip stitch into that first single crochet. We'll just fasten off. Now, if you haven't done so already, you can just go around and pop all those red petals through in front of the leaves. So now we're ready to start with our white yarn. We will join the white in the back of our work. So at the back of our work, with our white, we're going to join our white between 2 of our leaves. Then we'll chain 7. Now for corner to corner in the back, we're going to go 2.5 leaves. So here we have 1, 2, then we have to join in the middle of this one. So I just like to single crochet in that treble crochet. So chain 7 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So that's half of a leaf. So we need to go 2 more for 2.5. So half, then 1 and 2. So we're going to join this chain 7 between these 2 leaves, just with a single crochet. Chain 7. So now we have to go 2.5 leaves again. So 1, 2, a half. We'll do that treble crochet. Chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2.5 brings us back to where we started. So we can just slip stitch in there. So that's our first round with our white. Now we're going to chain 3. This chain 3 will count as a double crochet. Now we're just going to be working in this white square back here. We are not working on the right side of our work, we're on the back side, but that's okay. In our next round we're going to turn it over and we'll be working on the right side. Our first double crochet is this chain 3, so we need to have 9 along this side. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to chain 2, then we're going to go to this side of our square. We're going to put 9 double crochet along here, chain 2 in the corner, then we'll meet back over here. I'm just at the end of that round, so I finished my last set of 9 double crochets. So chain 2, then we're just going to slip stitch into the top of that first double crochet, or a chain 3. Now let's chain 3. Now we're going to turn our work so that we're working on the right side. And we can see that we have our chain 2 space right there. So we've got 1 double crochet. We're going to put 2 more double crochet into that chain 2 space. We're making our corner here, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochet in that same space. Now we're going to chain 3. We're going to skip 3 double crochets, so 1, 2, 3, and into our middle 3 we're going to put a double crochet in each one. Chain 3, and into this corner space we're going to do 3 double crochet, chain 2, and then 3 double crochet. So we're going to continue the same pattern all the way around. So after a corner we have to chain 3, and then we're going to put a double crochet into the top of our second set of 3. So we skip 3, do a double crochet in the top of each of our next 3, and then we're chaining 3, and then we're back to our corner. So just continue that same pattern all the way around, and then I'll meet you back where we started this round. I'm at the end of this row, and I'm just going to slip stitch into the top of that beginning chain 3. And then just slip stitch into the top of each double crochet over to that chain 2 space. Single slip stitch into that one as well. We're going to chain 3. We're going to make our next corner, so we'll put 2 more double crochets in there. So with that starting chain 3, that's 3 double crochets, chain 2, and then 3 more double crochets. Now we're going to put a chain 1 in between our sets of 3 double crochets. So in this chain 3 space over here, we're going to put 3 double crochet. And then chain 1. into our next chain 3 space, we're going to put 3 double crochets. Chain 1. Now we're back at a corner, so we're going to put 3 double crochets, 2 chains, 3 double crochets. So we're going to continue that pattern all the way around, putting 3 double crochets into our chain 3 spaces, chain 1 in between them, and then when you get to your corners, you're going to put 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. So we'll continue that all the way around. I'll meet you back here at the beginning. I just finished the end of that round. So if we look at the back, we can see in our corners we have 3 double crochet, chain 2, 3 double crochet. We've got a chain 1 in between our 3 double crochets. So chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, 3 double crochet, chain 1, then we're back to a corner again. So we'll finish up this round. I have a 3 double crochets, so chain 1. Then I'm going to slip stitch into the top of this chain, which was our first double crochet. And then we're just going to slip stitch along to the corner. So slip stitch into the top of each double crochet, slip stitch into the corner. So chain 3, we're going to start another round. So we're right at the corner. We're going to put another 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 3 double crochets. So we're still going to put a chain 1 in between our 3 double crochets, except for in the corner we have a chain 2. Now we're going to put 3 double crochets in this chain 1 space. So we have our corner, chain 1, 3 double crochets, chain 1, 3 double crochets. So we'll continue that all the way around until we are back at the start. Just at the end of this round, this is our last white round. So we're just going to slip stitch into the top of that first chain 3. And we can fasten off. Just have to spread the leaves and the petals out a little bit. Now we're just going to finish with a border of red. So you can join your red to the top of any double crochet, any chain 1 space. I'm just going to go into this chain 1 space. Tie it, so yarn over, chain 1, single crochet in that same space. Now we're going to single crochet into the top of each double crochet, single crochet into the chain 1 spaces. When we get to a corner in that chain 2 space, we're going to put 3 single crochets. So we'll just continue that all the way around, and then I will meet you at the end of this row where we began it. All right, I'm just at the end of the last round, and all I need to do is slip stitch into the top of that first single crochet. Fasten off the yarn. So all that's left to do is to weave in all of the ends. I have done most of mine as I went along, just to make it easier to see. So this is the back side. Here's the front. I think it came out quite beautiful. It's a great little Christmas granny square to do. I hope you found this tutorial easy to follow. You enjoyed making this flower as much as I did. Please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and you can follow along with some other great projects. So have a great day and happy crocheting!